Well, trying to get through the holidays, peak performance and mindset coach Hina Khan has some simple steps to help. Good morning.
Good morning, Annette. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So I guess a big part of this is just setting expectations.
Yes, this is the first time that many people will be gathering after a few years. And for some people, they really loved having the restrictions because it gave them a reason not to have to rush during the holidays. And others are itching to get back to the traditions. But wherever you are on that, you want to be very clear with what it is that you desire so that you are communicating that clearly to those involved.
And you want to do it in a positive way. You give a great example about, instead of saying, you know what, we're staying home with the kids this year, what do you say instead?
So instead you can use I and we statements. So you can definitely say that we've chosen to stay home or we will be staying home, opposed to saying that you won't be seeing us at Christmas. So I and we statements are great, but you want to phrase it in a positive way. And also be open that maybe there's another possibility. Maybe you won't be going to visit at Christmas, but you can visit at a different time. So the idea is that you state what you want and be open to maybe something different as well.
And sometimes that something different can be even better. I know that we used to crowd everything within like 2 or 3 days. And then as the families grew bigger, everybody started splitting things up. And it was like, okay, now we can meet and it's at a different time. And it's a much more relaxed setting.
Yeah, and I think as long as you're clear with the communication, like you're clear on what you want, so you're expressing it very clearly. There's no uncertainty in the way that you're expressing it, and you're not expressing it over text or email. Like you've got to rip the Band-Aid off. Many times we don't want to have these conversations because they're uncomfortable, but I think we've got to have them as soon as we know what our plans are. And then be ready that you may be hearing some things that might be a bit uncomfortable because the person might be disappointed, and that's okay. You can empathize with them without acquiescing.
And what if you're one of these people that like wants everybody together and wants the big thing but you're, how do you encourage people now who have, as you say, spent the last 2 Christmases at home cozy in their PJs to come out?
Yeah. Well, I think it's okay for you to want to do all of the things. It's just when we expect everybody else to want to do all of the things. So when you're inviting people, just let them know you would love to see them there, but don't add a guilt trip to the invitation, like you never come out, I haven't seen you in years. Don't do that, and allow the person to decide for themselves if they want to come to it. But to your point, Annette, again, it may look a little different. Maybe that person doesn't want to come to another large gathering, but they would love to come and drop in and see you one-on-one. Also, I think we have to remember that some people are still hesitant about going to gatherings, and we want to respect that as well.
And some people might be dealing with things, right? I know in our own family, this is the first Christmas without my mother-in-law. So we all know it's going to be different.
It's going to be different. And I think we want to allow grace for others and ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with wanting your holiday to be a certain way. Where it gets problematic is when we want everybody else to want it the way that we want it.
Maybe a good conversation then to have after Christmas dinner is over and everybody's sitting around going, hey, what are we doing for next year? That's some great tips there. Hina Khan, thank you very much for sharing, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Annette. And Merry Christmas to you.